Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing my first update for Project Pan, and yeah, so my December update because I started a month early for my 2020 Project Pan and it could be going better. I'm hoping in January it does go better, but I'm just going to share what's going on right now. So I did finish 4 products and I'm going to be decluttering one. I'll share what I'm going to be decluttering first, and that is the Milani eyeshadow primer. And for me, this thing is terrible. This is so bad. I think I only used this twice, maybe 3 times. Let me find it on here. I got everything on my little cards. Yeah, I used this twice. It started at 0.4 ounces. It is still at 0.4 ounces. I used this twice and this is terrible. I had used this like the day before or a couple days before I filmed my Project Pan intro, and I had known that I wasn't a big fan of it, but I used it not that long before I filmed that video and it was not great. It wasn't very smooth. It was kind of like crusty looking and really dry, like emphasized all the dryness on my eyes. And I thought maybe if I mixed it in with like a hydrating primer or something, that maybe that would fix it. It didn't. That made literally no difference, and I don't like this at all, and I'm not going to force myself to use it. And I don't think it's because it's old, which it is like on the older end. I don't think it's because it's old, because it's been doing that since I bought it. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. Yeah, no, not happening. The first item that I finished is this Aqua ointment body spray, and this is just like a deluxe sample or a travel size. This only took me 6 uses, and that's like full body uses. I would like spray it and spray it into my hand and then rub it on my arms and my legs. And I mentioned in my last video, like my intro video, that I wasn't a big fan of this because it's kind of got like a greasy feeling. It takes a while to kind of go away and sink into the skin, so I would only use this before I went to bed so I wouldn't have to be walking around with that feeling. And then I didn't like the spray because if you just spray it on, if you've got hardwood floor, you're gonna slip if you get this spray because it is kind of oily. Yeah, I'm just kind of happy that I didn't have to use this very long. I would not repurchase this. This came in like a Walmart $5 seasonal box, so technically you get about 5 deluxe sample slash like travel size items, so technically this only cost me about $1. I wouldn't pay $1 for this. Yeah, no, Aqua is supposed to be really good for people with super dry skin or eczema, and I think the one in the pot is a lot better for that than the spray. I would not recommend the spray. No. All done. Done with that. Goodbye. Okay, the next item that I finished all of the perfumes that I had put in the Project Pan. This is the Dream Angels Desire by Victoria's Secret, and this only took me also 6 sprays. And for the perfumes, I was counting sprays and not uses because I felt like that was a little bit of a more accurate way to kind of tell how much, what am I trying to say? More accurate way of trying to see like how long it took me to use up, because I don't always use the exact same amount of sprays every time I use it, so I just counted by sprays, and this took 6. There really was not much left in there. That little line right there is all I had left, so like 2 uses and it was done. The next one, I looked these up to find the brand, and I'm pretty sure I found the brand. Is it Body Fantasy or something? I don't know. I found these like on walmart.com or something, and they come in a pack of 4. I think my mom must have given me some that she didn't like or something like that, and that's how I only have 2. I don't know. But this is the Tropical Wish scent, and that little mark right there is where I started, and this took me, let's see, 61 sprays. So 61 sprays, and I think this lasted me about a week-ish. Yeah. A week, yeah, maybe like a week and a half, something like that. It didn't last too long. But that one is done. And then I also finished off the scent Cozy Cotton. And this one took me 56. This took me 56 sprays. And the mark is kind of wearing away. But you can kind of see it's a little further down. It started a little further down than the other one. But again, this took me about a week and a half, something like that. Now I will get into the progress of everything else. So I'm just gonna go in order of how I have everything on the list here, and then at the end I'll share what I'm gonna be rolling in to replace things that I used up. So the next thing on my list is the John Frieda Sheer Blonde Dream Cream Instant Silkener, and I thought in my last video, like in my intro, that this was full because there was a whole bunch of product like stuck up on the sides and everything. I had this sitting. The next day I went to go do my makeup and use all these products, and I noticed there was like a big air bubble spot right here. So I just like tapped all the product down, and I ended up being like all the way down here where this line is. Right there. So that's where I actually started. And I did also weigh this one. This one weighed 1.5 ounces. I used it 10 times and I got down to this next mark right here, and it weighs 1.3 ounces now. So I originally was using this for its intended purpose. I was putting like a pea-sized amount in my palm, rubbing it in my hands, and then smoothing it into my hair. It turned out I don't like using it that way anymore. I think maybe it's because it's not as dry of a winter here as it was where I lived previously. So this isn't as necessary. Like my hair hasn't really gotten super frizzy or anything, so this really hasn't been necessary for that. So when I've been using it just to use it, and I've been using it in that way, it just kind of weighs my hair down, and I don't need it to. Yeah, I don't like it in that way. So what I started doing was I started using it as kind of like a leave-in conditioner type thing, and I like it a lot better for that. It doesn't say to use it that way, but so I just put a dollop in my hand, and when I use it as a leave-in conditioner, I use more like a nickel or quarter sized amount, and then I just smooth that into my hair when it's wet, and I've been liking it a lot better using it that way. So that's how I'm going to continue to use it, and hopefully I've only used it a couple times in that way, so hopefully now that I've realized I like that better, I can make some quicker progress on this. The next item is this Skin Nutrition's New York Age Defy Dark Circle and Puffiness Treatment. I used this 26 times. I used this 26 times and the weight has not moved at all, which, I mean, when you roll it on, you're literally putting the smallest amount of product on there. And I honestly have no clue how much product is in this thing because you can't see through the bottle. Even when I hold it up to like my ring light, you can't see through it enough to see where the product is. So this could last me literally forever. I have no idea. I'm just going to keep going on this until no liquid comes out when I roll it anymore. But this might be in for the long haul because I honestly don't know if it's doing anything for my dark circles. But it does feel nice and cooling, and I mostly use this at night, like before bed. So I put it on and I kind of just let it sit there overnight. If you put too much on, like too thick of a layer on, it does kind of sticky. Like when you wake up, your skin around your eyes will be a little bit sticky, which is kind of weird, but just rinse it with water and it goes right away. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, I've used this 26 times and there's essentially no progress, which is kind of obnoxious, but you know. Okay, so next is my Hard Candy Fast and Fabulous Setting Spray. This has some decent progress on it. Okay, so let's see. I tallied up every time I used a product, and I also tallied up every time I did my makeup. And when I say did my makeup, I'm counting it as a full face of makeup. And there were times when I kind of played around with products to see what they would do using them a different way, and I did count those uses as uses, but I didn't necessarily count that as doing a full face of makeup. So I did my makeup in the month of December 8 times, which is not very much, which is why probably why there's not really much progress on most of these things, but that is a lot more than I was doing. I was only doing my makeup maybe 3 times a month, once, like 1 to 3 times a month before this past month, and it is, I think it's the 30th, December 30th. So yeah, that's basically about twice a week. Like an average of twice a week. I would like to increase that in January. And yeah, so let's just move on. So the hard candy setting spray started at 1.6 ounces. I used it 8 times and it is now at 1.1 ounces, and it definitely feels a lot lower than it did. I thought it was about like halfway. I'm pretty sure I thought it was about halfway before, because you can't see through the bottle. It's a black bottle. And I think now it's about like right here. So that's pretty good. I do use a lot of this when I use it though, so. Okay. The Maybelline Master Prime. This is in the Hydrate and Smooth. Love this stuff. It's so good. This started at 1.3 ounces. I have used it 9 times. I did use this to mix in with the eyeshadow primer. That's what I was trying to use to kind of maybe make it not so dry looking. So I did have an extra use on this, or an extra 2 uses or something, but I did count those as uses. So I used it 9 times and it is now down to 1.2 ounces. So 0.1 ounce in 9 uses. It has 1 ounce of product in it. I had used some before, but I got a long way to go on this because it definitely still feels pretty full. So we'll see. But I'm not in a rush to use this up because I really do like it, but I have a lot of other primers that I want to use too. So yeah, it's okay. That's okay. The next The next product is the Magic Lumi Primer. I have a lot of products in this project, so this is going to be a long video. I'm going to try not to ramble too much. The L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. I have been using this to mix in with my e.l.f. BB cream that's in this project, and I've been really liking it in that way. It's made essentially no progress. I have used it 8 times. It started at 1 ounce. It's still at 1 ounce. And that includes like the packaging and everything, obviously, but this only has 0.68 ounces in it. So I don't really know. I mean, it still feels pretty dang full, and I don't think I can see through the packaging. So that'll be interesting. I'm gonna just keep trucking away at that. Next is my e.l.f. BB cream, and this is in the shade Fair. It doesn't say, it just says BB cream broad spectrum SPF 20 sunscreen. This product is kind of strange, not in its performance, but in the instructions on the back, and I explained that in the first video. But yeah, it's a little weird, but I do like this. This started at 0.7 ounces. I've used it 6 times, and it's now at 0.6 ounces. So, I mean, it's gone down a little bit. It only has 0.96 ounces of product in it. And I had used this a fair bit before I put it in here. It doesn't really feel like it's got that much left in it, maybe. And I can kind of see a little bit of a pocket there. So yeah, I don't think I have too many uses left in this. I'm pretty sure this will be done by the next update. Next is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This has a lot of product in it, and it's like very tightly packed in there. When you like open this thing like pops up, and before you use a lot of the product, like you have to kind of close this and open this slowly. I have had product like shoot out on my fingers from this, which is kind of strange, but this is too light for me, so I've been using it with the other did I say primer? I meant concealer. Wait, what's my brain doing? I don't know. But this started at 1.2 ounces. It's still at 1.2 ounces, and I've used it 10 times. So it's gonna take a while, but that's okay because I have other, once I'm done with the two other concealers in here, I have another one that's too dark that I can throw in and mix with this. Speaking of those concealers, the first one of those other two concealers is the Naked Skin Urban Decay Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer, and this is just a little like sample size. This is in the shade Light Neutral, and let's see, it started at 0.4 ounces and it's still at 0.4 ounces, and I've used it looks like 8 times. So that's gonna take a little while. I did take the stopper out of this. I took the stopper out of this and the weight didn't even go down. So that's, you know, encouraging. But there's really like, I don't know if you can see, there's like not very much product left in there. So I'm just gonna be scraping the sides, but I only use like a swipe and a swipe on my under eyes with this. So it's gonna take a while to go through, even though there's not much left in there. The next is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 15 Fair, and I did take the stopper out of this one as well. But again, there's like, I don't know if you'll even be able to see, there's really not much left in there. I have used this one, I've used this one 3 times and it's gone down 0.1 ounce. Part of that I think is the stopper, but also part of that is 2 out of those 3 times I used it as a foundation. So I used a considerable amount more than if I were to use it just as like an under eye concealer. So I think part of that number is usage. So that's okay. I did forget, yeah, I forgot to weigh the 2 concealers that I took the stoppers out of with the stopper again. I tossed the stopper before I even thought about the fact that I'd need to weigh it again, so my bad. But it'll be accurate next time. Glitter mascara is next. Ooh, okay. So I have the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Glitter Topper Mascara in gold, and this stuff is so fun. I'm wearing it today. You probably can't tell at all though because the lighting, I've got my lamp, my bedroom lamp. So yeah, this started at 0.6 ounces. It's still at 0.6 ounces and I've used it 6 times. This is probably not really gonna go down in weight until it dries up. It only comes with 0.27 ounces. So it's gonna take a very long time to go through, but I'm okay with it because it's cool. It's very neat. The regular mascara that I'm using is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and this is in probably Blackest Black. Yeah, this is in Blackest Black. Again, the weight has not changed. It is still at 0.6 ounces, and I have used it 9 times. This, however, is starting to, this comes with 0.28 ounces. This is starting to kind of dry up. It is still usable, but it is definitely not at its peak anymore. It's starting to flake a little bit because it's getting pretty dry, but not to the point where I'm like gonna quit. I can still keep using this. This might last the next month, but if I do my makeup as many times as I want, like I want to do it more, so if I do this as many times as I'm hoping that I will, then it won't last the whole month. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna try and get this done in the next month. That's what I'm trying to say. Brow gel. Again, another product that the weight has not changed at all. So still at 0.6 ounces, and I've used it 8 times. This is the Maybelline Brow Drama in Soft Brown, I believe. Still going strong. I did have to take out, I haven't taken out the stopper yet, but I did have to kind of scrape the inside of the stopper because there was some product that had gotten dried up and it was like gross and goopy, and it kept trying to come up off on the brush every time I used it. So I did scrape that off, but it didn't make a difference in the weight, so it's fine. But this is still going strong, I think. I don't know, how long is this thing gonna last? I've used this every time I've done my makeup for like the last year and a half, something like that. And it is still going. Like, it only has 0.23 fluid ounces in it. oh, this is gonna last me forever, probably. I don't know, forever. The next one is the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper Black. I've used this 5 times and it is at the same weight. It's still at 0.2 ounces. I really don't think this comes with very much. Yeah, it comes with 0.019 ounces. That's essentially nothing. So yeah, but this is still going strong. Like, it hasn't dried up or anything, so you know, it's still working. But yeah, I need to use it more. I'm gonna start doing the items that I kind of marked on the back here as far as like their length. So the first one I'm gonna go over is the Hard Candy Instant Lip Fix Lip Treatment Duo, and this has a scrub end and a treatment end. So the scrub end is just like a lip scrub stick, and I have measured it. So this tick right here with the line going up is where it started. This second one is where it's at currently, and I have used that 21 times. I could have used it more. I use it at night before bed. I could have used it more. I didn't use it every day, but I really don't think if I'd used it every single day that it really would have been too much further. But I'm thinking with the progress that I've made, it's probably going to take me like another 4 or 5 months to get through this thing. I don't really care for the scrub too much. Like, it's fine. It does its job, but it's not like the greatest. It is kind of convenient that it's in like a stick and you can just kind of like scrub it on like that. But my favorite part of this is the treatment part. It's very thick, like kind of sweet lip oil. And I haven't been measuring the treatment because I can't really weigh this because it's a double product. So I've been measuring the scrub because I can measure how far down it goes. But I haven't been measuring the treatment because the only way to really measure it is to weigh it. But then I wouldn't know if the weight is coming from the scrub or the treatment, so there's no point in that. So if the scrub runs out before the treatment, I'm going to keep using the treatment. But if the treatment runs out before the scrub, I think I'm just going to get rid of the product because the treatment is really the only thing that's keeping me going on using the scrub. I don't know. But right now the scrub is the only one that I'm actually like keeping track of. Next is this brow pencil. This is the CoverGirl Brow and Eye Markers Pencil Crayon in Soft Brown. This thing is essentially not moved at all. That tick right there, that's how far it's moved. I've sharpened it once. This is a very stiff formula. I thought in my intro I mentioned that I thought that this color was too light for me. I don't think that anymore. I think it's a pretty decent color for me. However, it is so stiff that color goes on, but it's not like creamy, and it's not, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's for the best because the color stays, it doesn't go anywhere. But this is taking so long to go through. I have used this 8 times. And it's, I mean, I guess I've only used it 8 times and it's gone down that much. So if I used it an entire month, it could go down a considerable amount more. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more use out of this. I just need to do my makeup more. That's just the moral of the story right now. So the next item is my Soap and Glory Sexy Mother Pucker Matte Lip. And this is in the shade Berry Much. I will roll this up for you guys to see that there is very little progress on this thing. And this is a mini to begin with, I'm pretty sure. So it doesn't come with very much product. I used this 3 times. Yeah, I used this 3 times. The first time was actually on my lips, and as soon as I put it on my lips, I took it right off. The second time I tested it as a cream blush. I only tested it on bare skin. I haven't used it over foundation yet, so I don't know how it's going to work over foundation, but I tested it as a cream blush just on my bare skin, and I really liked it. So I think that I'm going to try and get use out of it that way. The third way I used it was I put on a lip liner. First time I used this, I just put it on like this, and I did not like it. Like, it was so messy looking. It was impossible to get a clean line. So the third time I used this, I tried putting a lip liner on, and I have a lip liner in my collection. It's an Essence lip liner. It's essentially the exact same color as this, so I put that on. I kind of filled in my lips halfway with it, and then I put this on over it, and it looked really nice. So I think that if I'm ever in the mood for a bolder lip, I will do that, but most of the use will probably come out of using this as a cream blush. So I'll show you how far I've gotten. It's not, for only using it 3 times, I think that's pretty decent, but I definitely need to get some more use out of this. Okay, the next product is this Makeup Revolution lipstick, and this is one of their, I think this is one of their matte lipsticks. Pretty sure. It doesn't have like the little sticker on it that says matte, but that might have just fallen off. But I'm pretty sure this is one of their mattes, and this is in the color Nude. This I've used 5 times. I've used it as a I've used it like as a lipstick 4 times. 1 time I used it as a cream blush, and I really liked it. Again, I only tested it on bare skin, so I don't know how it's going to react over foundation yet, but it's a nice color as a cream blush. It's a nice color as a lipstick. However, as a lipstick, it doesn't matter how exfoliated and smooth my lips are. This clings to every line in my lips, and it just looks crusty and gross, and it doesn't look cute. As a cream blush, like, it looks super smooth. By putting it over my like bare skin, it like smoothed out my skin. It looked really nice. But as a lipstick, it just doesn't work for me. I used it over the Burt's Bees chapstick one time, and I think this is just kind of a stiff formula, maybe because it's matte. It didn't really transfer very much color over the chapstick. It did a little bit, but not enough to make it worth it. So this is really just going to be a cream blush from now on. That's how I'm going to get my use out of it. But I'll show you how much it's gone down. It's pretty much gone down the same amount as the Soap & Glory matte lip. And I've used it, you know, 2 times more. So I think using it as a cream blush, I'm going to get through it faster than if I had used it as a lip product anyway. So that's good. So I'll use it as that. The next thing I have is the Burt's Bees Radiance Lip Shimmer, and I have made a decent amount of progress on this. I've used it a lot. I am counting reapplications in all of my products. So, like if I reapplied a lipstick, if I reapplied this, I am counting it as a use, because if I'm reapplying it, it means there's probably nothing left on my lips. So I'm counting it as a full use. And I've used this 45 times, it looks like. 50 times. I've used this 50 times, and I think I have about, depending, and I haven't used this every day, but on the days I did use it, most of the days I used it, I reapplied at least once. So I think I have about 1.5 to 2 months left. That is the progress I've made right there, if it'll focus. So yeah, I think with that usage amount, I've got about 1.5 months left. So I'm not gonna swirl this up because in the intro, I had a little mishap and I tried to push this down when there wasn't enough space like down in the barrel. I didn't have it rolled down enough for it to go down. It kind of split, so I had to stick it back together. But now every time I roll it up, it's very delicate, so I have to be very careful with it. So I'm not going to roll it up, but you guys can see the progress right there. But yeah, 50 times, that's a pretty decent amount. Proud of myself. Super proud of myself. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to my second little paper here, and the first thing I have is this CoverGirl eyeliner. I've used this 5 times. The weight has not changed. This is one of those ones that you like twist up, but once you twist it up, it's not retractable. So I can't move it up all the way, which would be, I think, a better way to see the progress on it is like measuring it like on the paper. But since I can't do that, I have to weigh it, and the weight has not gone down. But I think that all of the product that is like up there, I think that's all there's left. I tried like twirling it up a couple times and it didn't really move any more product up. So I think that that's all I have left, but that's going to take a long time to go through, honestly, because you use like what I use the smallest amount because I just put it on my waterline, and I've been using it to tightline a little bit. But yeah, it's going to take a long time. Slow goings on everything. Next is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, and this is in Austin. The weight hasn't moved. I've only used it 4 times, so yeah, I should probably get some more use out of this. I think I counted 1 reapplication of this, so I only wore it 3 times out of the times that I did my makeup. It is a little pinkier on my lips than it looks like than the color of the thing. And I think like when you take it out, it looks pretty much like the color of the bottle, but when I put it on, it looks a little bit more pinky. So it doesn't go with all of the eye looks that I've been doing, but it's okay. Next is the NYX Liquid Suede in, let's see, does this have a shade name? Yeah, Sandstorm. In Sandstorm, the weight hasn't changed. Oh, the NYX Matte Lip Cream is at 0.5 ounces. And that's where it started. This is still also at the same weight at 0.8 ounces. I've used this 4 times. So same as the NYX Matte Lip Cream. I really like this. This goes a lot. This is what I'm wearing right now. This goes with a lot more looks that I've been doing. So why do I have so many NYX things in here? This is a NYX Liquid Crystal Liner, and this is in gold. I believe that's the shade. Like it's gold glitter, so I'm assuming this is in gold. I don't know. I can't find it. Crystal gold. This is in crystal gold. This is just a glitter liner. Okay. This started at 0.3 ounces. That's still where it is. I've used it 3 times. This thing, and I do tend to have sensitive eyes, like brand new mascaras always make my eyes water. This I used the first time as a glitter liner. That was a disaster. There is something about this product, and I know that it's not because it's old. It did that the first time I ever used this as well. There are like fumes that come off of this thing, and it made my eyes burn so bad, so I could not use it as a glitter liner. And then I kind of let that dry, and then I thought, oh well, maybe if I use it as like an eyeshadow topper, and I just like kind of tap it onto my eyeshadow, if it'll be far enough away from my eyes, maybe it's just because it was on the lash line, if it'll be far enough away from my like eyeball that it won't burn my eyes. And that, it wasn't as bad, but the fumes, I could still feel them on my eyes. But I am never going to use this as an eyeshadow topper again, because it doesn't matter how gently I placed it, it separated my eyeshadow. So not doing that again. Bad idea. And then I don't know what came over me. So the first time I used this, I used it as an eyeliner and an eyeshadow topper. Second time I used this, I tried it just as an eyeshadow topper, and again, it separated my eyeshadow. But right after I did that, I was thinking, I want to get use out of this because it's really pretty. How can I use this that will be far enough away from my eyes that it doesn't burn my eyes, but it'll still work. And I don't know what came over me because I've never seen anybody do this. Like, I know people have done it before, but I've never personally seen somebody like on a YouTube video or anything do this. But I took it and I put it on my eyebrows to make glitter eyebrows, and I stinking love it so much that that is how I'm going to use this up. I'm going to use it as glitter for my eyebrows. I currently have it in my eyebrows right now, as you can see. I think it's just so fun, and I don't even care. I'm going to use this even when it's not like December and holiday season. I think this is just going to be like a new thing that I do because I love glitter, I love sparkle, and this is just, I think that's so fun. It's like, it's so fun. It's just some, like an unexpected little detail. You know what I mean? I just like it. So that's how I'm going to use this up. And putting it on my eyebrows, it's far enough away from my eyes that the fumes don't make my eyes burn. So, perfect. And when I put my hair up and stuff, I might use this kind of like, I might use, like, add it to my hair and stuff like that. So, I'm going to keep this in. I'm not going to declutter it because I found a way that I can use it, which is great. Next is the Essence blush. I didn't weigh any of my powder products. I don't know if it's worth weighing them. I might wait, like, after this video, I might weigh them and then write it down. And then at the end of January, I'll weigh them again. And if there's like any difference at all in the weight and I used it a significant amount of times, then maybe I'll keep weighing it. But if there's not, then there might not be any point to it because you can see visual difference. It's not like a product where you can't see any visual difference. So I might try weighing it, but it might not be worth it to me, so we'll see. But I do have pictures, and I will try to insert the picture from last month compared to a picture of how it is now, but I'll also show you. So let me bring my pictures up so I can kind of tell you. This blush, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but the pattern is still in there, but I think it's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if those are actually a different color or a different type of product or what, because they're flat. Like those little dots in there, when I touch them, they're flat. They were raised before, now they're flat, but you can still see them. So I don't know. I don't know if in the picture it's going to be much of a difference. A little bit. It's a little bit noticeable when you compare the two pictures, but yeah. So I have used this 8 times. Most of these products I've used 8 times because that's how many times I did my makeup, but yeah, I've used this 8 times. The next is, oh, did I tell you the shade of this? This is in Satin Love, the Essence blush. Next is the Hard Candy Glow All the Way. This is supposed to be a baked blush. This is in 127 Honeymoon. This is more like a pink highlighter in my opinion, or like a darker pink highlighter. It is not in any way a blush. Like, can you see that? This is a highlight. But I use this as a blush topper because it is a little pinkier than I like for my highlight. It's a little dark for me. So I use it as a blush topper, which has been really nice. I have used this also 8 times, and I don't know, like there's not too much of a difference. Like when I'm looking at it, when I'm looking at my picture, it's just not super noticeable difference really. I'd like over here on this side, it's a little bit like slopier. But yeah, I mean, I only used it 8 times, so I don't expect too much from that. Next is the Milani Single Shadow in the shade Bella Cappuccino. This one, I actually feel like there's a bit of noticeable difference. I've used this one 9 times, and when I'm looking at it, like there's a little bit left. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it on camera. There was a little bit of like a gouge in here. It was kind of like just a line like that, and I have kind of worked that away. So in the picture, that's pretty noticeable. And then when I turn it on the side like this side over by the hinge has a significant slope on it, and I've kind of been trying to concentrate my brush in that area so that I could get a spot that showed some progress. But looking at the pictures, I think there is definitely some visible progress there, which is very nice. Next is the LA Colors eyeshadow trio in Sunflower, and I cannot express enough how much I love these eyeshadows. I feel like on camera they're not really coming out true to color. This one is a little bit more pinky. It's like a pinky mauvey, like brick kind of color. I don't know, but it doesn't look exactly how it's looking on camera to me. But these are so good. So good. And they're $1. Like, oh, you just, they're so good. This one, I said in my last video that they were all matte. This one's not actually matte. It's kind of like it's more on the subtle side, but it is like a kind of pinky white iridescent duochrome shifty kind of color. And I've been using this as an inner corner highlight. But it is still a very nice color. The other two are matte though. Let's see. I feel like you can see a lot of like the stipply marks from where I've been using it. There's not really a dip, but I feel like in the pictures it'll be a noticeable difference. Let's see. Let me look at the picture here. Oh yeah, for sure. They looked way smoother before. So cool. Loves me some visible difference. Next is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone eyeshadow palette, and I have used this, let's see, 7 times, and I was afraid that there wouldn't be much noticeable difference, but I looked at the starting picture, and I feel like in this shade especially, and then this shade right here, I've worn away the debossing quite a bit compared to where it was before, and then the green one a bit too. So I am very hopeful on that. So all of my products, the goals that I gave myself in my intro, the goals are going to remain the same. I'm going to keep this one in the project. This is probably the single eyeshadow from Milani is probably going to be in here the entire year. I don't mind it being in here the entire year because it is a perfect transition shade for me essentially. So I don't mind keeping that in there until I use it up. These, I think in my intro I said that I wanted to keep them in here until they were used up. I don't know if I agree with that anymore. Not because I don't think, I don't know. I don't know if I could use these up by the end of the year, but I'm gonna change my goal to hitting pan on these, on all of them. I think I could do that because they seem to be wearing away at pretty much the same rate. So my goal is gonna be to hit pan on all 3 of these. Once I hit pan, just like a few of my other products, once I hit pan, I'm going to reevaluate. And if I feel like I'm not completely bored of it, or like the tones aren't really working for the season anymore, which these are all pretty much neutral, so I think they should be fine. I'm going to reevaluate once I hit pan, is what I'm saying. They might end up staying in here for the entire year. They might not. Just, I want to hit pan at least on those. This palette, my goal was to hit pan on every single shade. And I didn't want to give myself specific shades to hit pan on, but I think that if I can hit pan on the top 2 shades and then this kind of rose goldy shade right here, so these 2 and this one, if I can hit pan on those 3, then I'll be happy. And then I wouldn't mind switching this back into my collection. So if I don't hit pan on every single one, I'm going to be okay. If I hit pan on those 3, then I'm going to consider my goal met. But I might end up keeping this in anyway. We'll see. Again, reevaluate once I hit my goal. So my goal, I'm kind of changing it a little bit. Instead of saying just every single shade, then I'm changing it to those 3 because I think that those are super realistic for me. So this is going to be a long ass video. Oh my god. The last video was like almost 50 minutes. It's probably going to be about the same. So Makeup Revolution finishing powder. It's like no visible progress. It's like they look exactly the same pretty much. I've only used this 5 times. And when I do use it, I use very little. I am thinking that it's very subtle. I don't know that I'll be able to. My goal was to hit pan on the peach one. I might be able to, but this is, again, probably going to be a product that's going to be in here the entire year. So I have decided in my last video, I keep saying my last video, it was my intro, it's the only one I've done so far. In my intro video, I said that I was going to try to make it so that the products in this project pan were the only makeup products that I used for the entire year of 2020. I don't know what I was thinking. That's kind of ridiculous. I do want to focus on these products, but I have since changed my mind. I'm going to be doing a Shop My Stash series in 2020. I'm actually going to be filming my first one of that today. But these, all the shadows I have in here, they're like essentially all neutrals. And I do want to A, get use out of my other products, and B, be able to have fun with colored eyeshadows and stuff. Eyeshadows are my weakness when it comes to makeup. I just feel like I can never have enough eyeshadow palettes, which is terrible, but it's probably like the one part of my collection that I'm okay with having an excessive amount because it's my favorite. But I do want to get use out of them, so I am going to be doing a Shop My Stash, and I will be pulling in some other products to use each month, but I will be focusing on the ones in this project pan. So yeah, that is definitely changed. Anybody who watched that video is probably thinking I was crazy, but yeah. So those are the Makeup Revolution finishing powders. Milani setting powder. This one is probably my most impressive item. Again, I didn't weigh these, so I don't know how much has gone as far as weight, but this product had 0 pan in my intro video, but I mentioned that I was very close to hitting pan because you could see the pan rings. The next day after filming that intro, I hit pan, and I have made it through the entire first ring. Look how impressive. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I've used a decent amount. I'm probably going to end up having to repress this at some point because when I use it, I have to be very gentle because sometimes little like chunks will pop off of here. So I do have to be quite careful when I use it now. So I think I'm going to end up repressing that. But if I repress it, I'll take a picture of it before I repress it, and then I'll take another picture after, so you'll be able to see where it was before I repressed it. But yeah, that's going good. I'm really happy with this so far, and I have used that 8 times. Next, second to last product, my e.l.f. highlight. I've used this 8 times, and I feel like there's actually kind of a noticeable difference when I like turn it to the side. There is, compared to the picture from last month or from the beginning of this month, there's a little dip at the top of it. I don't know if you can see. There's a little dip, which definitely was not there, so I'm starting to flatten out the top, which is awesome. I don't know if I said I've used this 8 times. Last product is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Ticket to Brazil, and I've used this 7 times, and you can definitely see a difference. I'll put a picture of what it looked like before. compared to now, but there was essentially no usage on this before, and I'm starting to wear away the pattern on there. The like wild word on there is flat, like you still see it a little bit, but it's flat when you touch it, it's not raised at all. And then these little, like, I've been trying to focus my brush in the same spot, so yeah, it's good, it's good, it's going good. This is gonna take me forever to hit pan on. I think I said my goal was to hit pan on this, or to at least get a significant dip in it. But sorry if you can hear my stomach growling. But yeah, I think that's gonna take me a very long time because this pan seems to be kind of deep actually. It's okay. It's okay. It's just, I've got a lot, look, I have a lot of long haul products in here, but it's okay. It's okay. So now I'm going to go over the products I'm going to be rolling in to replace the ones I used up. So I used up a body moisturizer, which was the Aqua 4, and I'm actually going to be bringing in 3 more moisturizers. I'm a crazy person, but they're very small. So I have this Gold Bond Ultimate Radiance Renewal Coconut Oil. It's got coconut oil, coconut butter, African shea butter. It says visibly exfoliates and nourishes visibly dry skin. I have very dry skin, especially like my body skin. I feel like it's very dry. I don't have too much of this left, which is why I'm adding in another one, but I'm going to be using this one up. Like I said, I don't have much left of this. I don't think it's going to take me too long to use this up. I held it up to the light and I think I'm at about there, but I will be weighing this before I use any more. So I have that. Once that one is gone, I will be digging into the Burt's Bees Naturally Nourishing Milk and Honey Body Lotion. This one, this is full. I haven't used this. I've used it maybe once. I honestly don't remember, but it is basically full. So I'll be using that after this, and I might actually end up using up both of these before the next update. It's a good possibility, but I have those two. The third one is not a body lotion, so not too crazy. This is a daily foot and heel cream from White Rain. I got this at the Dollar Tree. I just slather like a thick layer of this on my feet and then I put socks on over it. This says it says rich, long-lasting cream to moisturize dry, cracked heels and feet. I wouldn't say that it's rich or long-lasting. I don't know. It moisturizes my feet, but then again, I put on a lot on my feet. If you have severely cracked, dry feet, I don't know that this would really do much. It might, like, over a very long period of time, but it's not going to be like super instant relief, I don't think. It's a pretty thin formula, so it's kind of strange that it's a foot cream to me, but I have been using it for that. It's been doing okay. It's not my favorite, and I probably wouldn't buy it again, but I'm just going to use it up. And I think I'm going to weigh this again because, like, holding this up to the light, I can't really see very well where the product is because the product is kind of like a thin, milky kind of color, and it basically, like, you can't tell what's bottle and what's product, but I like, by holding it, I think it's about at the, like, pink line, so I don't have too much of that left. I think I should get this, get through this by the next update. So I have those 3. And then to replace the 3 sample perfumes, I have 1 more sample perfume, which these are both mystery perfumes because they have no name on them. I don't remember where I got them or how I got them or anything. This is literally just in a clear bottle. This has no indication of the brand or the scent, which is kind of disappointing because I've been using this for the last few days and I actually really enjoy the scent. It's very light, so I'll be able to reapply this probably a couple times a day. But yeah, this was full when I started using it and it's gone down quite a bit. I've only been using it for a few days. So I will mark this before I use it anymore, but this will be gone in probably a week or 2. So I have a second one to use once that one's used up, and again, I will mark this before I use it. Again, this is a mystery one because maybe it says on the bottom, I need my glasses. It's got a sticker on the bottom. Cannot read what it says though. It's so tiny, I can't read that. I think I tried reading it before and there wasn't any like information, like helpful information on there. It's just saying that it's flammable and what the weight is and stuff. But yeah, so I will use that once this one is gone, and I really don't know how long this is going to take me to use up. I'm thinking it's probably going to take me a while, so this one might not be done before the next update, but we'll see. So yeah, but again, I will mark that so we can see progress. So I have those two fragrances to pull in, and I have one more thing which isn't replacing anything, but it's something I realized I do want to start using up. I have this Bath & Body Works antibacterial hand gel. This is in Fresh Sparkling Snow. I'll be marking this because I can see straight through the bottle, but yeah, I don't think I've used this at all, maybe like once, but I have like 4 or 5 hand sanitizers. Oh my gosh, the word was escaping me. 4 or 5 hand sanitizers that are just sitting there collecting dust and doing nothing. So I feel like a hand sanitizer is kind of a strange thing to put in a project pan, but I feel like if I don't, then it just will not get used, and I'll forget about it. It won't get, not that it won't get used because I don't want to use it, but I'll forget about it. It'll go back in a drawer and get no use. So this is going in my project pan so that it can sit on my vanity where I can see it all the time, and I can just use it when I feel like I need a little bit of cleansing on my hands. So that's going in this project pan. But that is it. This video I think has been like an hour now, so I'm sorry for that, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know that I have a lot of projects. I have a lot of products in this project pan. I have one other project pan idea that won't be happening until September, I think. Maybe August. No, September? I don't know. It's either going to be starting in August or September, and it's going to be going for 3 months. But that is the only other project pan that I plan on doing for this year. I don't plan on doing any other ones, so the fact that there's a lot of products in this is okay with me. It's a full face project pan, like it's gonna have a lot of stuff in it. But yeah, I'm hoping next month is a little bit more exciting. I can roll in some new things. I think I'm going to be using up a couple things in here. Hopefully. Maybe a couple concealers, setting spray, simple stuff like that. So that's going to be it. If you are interested in seeing more of these types of videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below letting me know if you're doing project pan. If you're making videos, go ahead and tell me down below and I will check them out. If you're posting on Instagram, let me know. I'll check it out. I've been super obsessed with project pan lately. I've been binge watching like every project pan playlist I can find. So yeah. Let me know if you're doing it because I'll definitely watch it. But yeah, gonna need to do some more makeup in January. I'm sorry, getting a little tangenty here, but I'm going to be doing a 2020 New Year's resolutions video. I don't know if that's going to be going up before or after this one. Probably, I don't know, probably before. But yeah. I'm going to be doing my 2020 New Year's resolutions a little bit differently than typical New Year's resolutions. So, and some of those resolutions are going to be makeup related. So if you're interested in that, you can check that video out if it's up before this one. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching again for like the 3rd time, sorry. And I will let you guys go. See you later. Bye.